Welcome back to Flight Sim 2020 with the Rude Man, and we are in Manchester in Great Britain, and we're going to fly to Gatwick, and this is a test flight. I wanted a shorter flight because I'm testing some add-ons that I've put on to see how they're going to work and how my computer can handle them and those kind of things. Let's just go through them one at a time. Okay, first of all, we've got the sim itself, and on top of that, we've got the ground crew program that I'm using. It's called GSX, and you've seen that several times, but in conjunction with that, I'm adding two more. I'm adding a program that injects airplanes into the airports, and not only the airports but into the sky. So if you notice, there are other planes and they're scurrying around and they're loading and unloading and they're taking off and landing, all that kind of stuff in the airport. Now, if you go back and watch any of my other videos, you'll see that I'm the only plane on the airport, or in the airport, the only one. So I'm adding these. So it's going to be a lot more noise. It's going to be a noisy airfield because they are. It's going to also be a little more activity, and it might affect my frame rates. So that's why I'm testing to see how well we do with adding this. So again, it's not just airports here around me. It's also there'll be planes taking off, planes landing in the air. When we're up en route, we may run into other planes flying in our airways. So they are all AI. I'm not playing live. There is a way you can play with other pilots in there. You don't have to be playing with them. You're just in the same world that they're in. So that you can play that way if you choose to. I don't, because I'm not very good right now. I'm still learning. And so we'll get there someday. I hear another plane coming in or moving around. So the other third program is going to be flight attendants. I'm adding a program that puts flight attendants in the game. It's going to show actual people loading on the plane, actual people talking and having a good time on the plane and traveling. My goodness. It's that thing over there. Boy, they are loud. Let me go inside. It must be better. Okay, so anyway, the third program, like I said, was going to add flight attendants in. Now, they're going to be able to talk with the cockpit. Cockpit's going to be able to exchange commands, if you will, to the crew. They'll be able to serve hot and cold drinks, snacks, and meals, offer movies during the flight, doing all the stuff that they do. And so that's going to be interesting too. Now, here's where the kicker kind of comes in while I'm testing this. All three of those programs, excluding the sim itself, do kind of similar things. So, in other words, when I'm working with the GSX, the ground crew, they're going to want to load. They're going to want to load the passengers and the cargo and luggage and stuff. The cabin crew are also going to want to be loading up the passengers and things like that. And then the third thing is the sim itself is going to want to be doing that. So let me show you that. If we go to, first thing I need to do is to come in here and give ourselves some power. Now, if you notice, there's a generator out front, so and it is hooked to the jet, so we can make use of that. And I watched a video a while back with a real pilot of these Airbuses, and they said basically that is fully accurate. They use a generator when they get to their plane to heat the instruments and everything up until they start their engines. So that's perfectly legit. So let's start with our batteries. Turn these two batteries on. Okay, now that should heat up my pad, but let's continue on with the external power. Okay, that's going to power the whole plane. We can start our gyros up here. And we can give our crew an air supply. I'm going to throw a couple of lights on. I'll put the strobe light on, the nav logo lights on. Let's heat our panel up, brighten it up a little bit. Let's turn on the no smoking and the seatbelt sign. It's the seatbelt sign, no smoking. The no smoking also doubles for no electronic devices. And then set our emergency lights to arm. And that's all we're going to do right at this point until we decide to start the engines. But yeah, so stuff is turning on. You can hear it dinging and donging. Let's go to our pad here and get it started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is pull up our flight plan that we've made in SimBrief. Again, we're going from Manchester to Gatwick. By the way, Gatwick is a brand new airport for me. I purchased the new and improved Gatwick, where they've remodeled the whole airport. Oh my God, is it gorgeous! Cost me about £12 or something like that, which is about $15 US on a good day. So let's bring our flight plan in. Okay, there we go. And now, this is the Phoenix. This is the airplane that I'm flying. And it has its own modding to it. So when we go into the Phoenix, there is going to be weights and balance that we get to. We're going to be putting in the flight plan, but we're also going to be putting in the weights and balance. The weights and balance includes the passengers and their cargo and the fuel. All of those things affect the weight and the balance of the plane. So the plane itself is going to try to load the passengers and the fuel and the cargo. So I've got all of these programs that are all going to try to be doing that at the same time. So through the magic of disbelief, we're going to have to pick one and stick to it, because one of them is going to say that there are 20 passengers on board. The other one's going to say there's 30 as they're boarding. And now there's 35, and now there's 40, and now there's, and each of them are going to say, okay, everybody's on board, when they're not, to maybe the other one. So we have to just kind of work through that. And there's probably going to be a way to do it and make it all mesh together. I'm not worried about that. So anyway, let's get started. So first thing we want to do is go outside, and we're going to talk to the ground crew, and we're going to ask them to come and put our food and drinks on board. So we come up here, and we're going to request the catering trucks. We're flying EasyJet today. I understand that's a popular airline in Great Britain. So Menzies, we're going to go with that, whatever that is, don't know. And we're going to go with Cuisine Air.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Okay, so now it's setting up, getting prepared for our loading of the plane, and you can see it's going to choose our equipment for us. May not be equipment that you've seen used before, like these big things over here. These are not. These are the replacement for the conveyor belts that you've seen in previous airports. It's not just this airport. It happens to be part of all the little programs that I'm using. But we'll explain why those are different. They're monster-looking things, aren't they? They look like miniature aircraft carriers, only on the land with wheels. So while we're waiting for the caterers to come on, we're going to need to... they're going to be coming to this side of the plane. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're going to open the doors themselves when they get here, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, here they are. Because I want to see if that happens. Disregard all of this stuff here, because as I said, this is a test. There's a way to come in and get into the config of this program and tell where you want these pieces of equipment so they're not driving through each other. My God, did it just get dark? We may run into some bad weather today. So anyway, they're raising up their cargo there, hooking up to the plane, and hopefully they're going to open these two doors. They're going to ask me to do it, but I think they're going to do it. They did. So they did up here. One of the programs asked me to open those doors. The other one said, No, it's okay. We know how to do it. That's why I ignore. That's why I said we have to kind of ignore these things because they're all trying to do a similar kind of a thing. Now, as you notice, I am in a parking ramp and not a gate. I haven't flown out of this airport, or I don't know. I might have, but I'm not familiar with this airport, so I didn't choose a gate. A lot of the gates weren't big enough for a plane, so I just chose a ramp today. And that's okay because that's going to let us see the passengers, because if I was at a gate, they would pull one of the runways from the airport and we wouldn't see anybody. You're not able to see the people boarding because they're inside of a tunnel. So this is in a way better because we'll be able to see the people walking up the stairs and stuff when they get here. So plan. We're going to load our food and drink. Then we're going to do our fuel for the plane. Once we do the fuel, the dangerous part is over. Well, the dangerous from fuel is over. And we can load people. I don't want to load the people while we're being fueled because something might happen. The guy fueling the rig might be smoking a cigarette and then the whole thing goes up. That feels good. Nice cold drink. All right. Sorry about that. There's a plane coming in. See, that the program, that injection program is bringing those in. Wow, look at that. He's got some hot brakes coming in. Whoa, isn't that amazing? The program that's injecting these, the airlines and the airports and stuff is, I think it's part of fly-by-wire. I'll have to look, but I think it is. Okay, so they're done, and they're asking me to close the doors, but again, they know how to do that. So one program is telling me that I have to do it, and the other's saying, no, we'll do it ourselves. While they're hooking up or unhooking, let's call a fuel truck. I know this part might not be entirely entertaining to some folk, but again, this particular video is a test. I want to see how these things all work together and what they add to the realism, how I might use it better, and maybe coordinate the three of them.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Right, here comes a fueling truck.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
No problem. I'll wait your command. Okay, here comes our tanker. In this particular airport, there is no fuel in the ground. Some of the airports,
Fuel truck is in position.
for example, Gatwick, the new Gatwick airport,
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
they have fuel underground, and so they just hook into it. On this one, they're bringing fuel in a tanker. So he's going to hook up to the bottom of the wing, and then he's going to want me to start telling them how much fuel I need.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
All right, we're going to do that. I set it to be 77 minutes. That ought to give us more than enough time to get on the runway. So let's do that. So we need to go over to mass balance here. And we got 119 passengers today. Let's load the fuel. And let's see if that's going to work. Did that get them started? It looks like it is because they're opening the cargo hatch. I don't know why they open cargo hatches when they fuel, but there you go. Okay, it says they're loading up. What they need to do is they need to put the proper amount of fuel in the wings. And so they have to put in whatever it takes to put in what I need. And if there's already fuel, which there is, already fuel in the wings, it only puts in what it needs. So in some cases, they have to actually pump fuel out. And there goes. They're done. Right, there goes the fuel truck. Right, it's time to start loading passengers. So let's get going. We're going to request that, request boarding,
Boarding requested.
and select handling operator, Swiss International. I guess, I don't know. All right, we have chaos happening. The stairs are coming in, the loaders are coming in, cargo doors are open. Now, I was going to explain these loaders. They're huge. What they are is on this particular run and airline and airport and whatever, they are loading our baggage in containers. So these carts here, these flatbeds, are going to go run to the airport and pick up the containers, and they're going to bring them in here, and then they're going to be loaded on here automatically, and then it's...
Do you want to board crew?
Yep, let's board the crew.
Crew bus is coming.
And so then, yeah, they'll... these two people will operate these things and raise the containers up and force them into the plane, and all kind of good stuff happening. So we're waiting for our crew. Might be in that bus right there. Looks like it. Let's see, we got the two side doors are open. And again, they opened by themselves. So one of the programs, I don't know which one, is controlling the doors.
Crew boarding starting.
And here comes our cargo in the containers. Here comes the crew. We've only got 119 passengers today. I don't know. It's been averaging 150, 153, 154, around in there. So it's a light crew light load today. We're not going that far, as I said. We're going to from Manchester here to Gatwick. I don't know. Sure looks like we might run into some weather. The weather's going to run into us.
Your crew has boarded. Bus is coming.
Okay, crew's loaded. Passenger bus is on its way. Now that we have the crew in, we can actually talk to them. I'm going to give it a second for the bus to get here. And again, I'm trying to manage between three programs. So they're actually already loading, but I haven't had a chance to talk to the flight crew. people that are going to be boarding and greeting these people, the flight attendants, as they call them now. I keep wanting to call them stewardesses because I still remember those old movies and stuff where they called them stewardesses. But they're flight attendants now. So once the bus gets here and we start loading, I can talk to the crew, tell them to get everything ready. The bus is here.
Hi, cabin crew, we're ready to get going now, so as soon
Passengers
as you're ready,
boarding
you can open the
started.
doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Okay, so they're loading the baggage.
No problem.
The crew's ready to accept the passengers. You can tell we can hear them already, chattering and all that kind of stuff. And if we wish to, we can put a little background music on to kind of drown a little bit of that. Let's try that, see how it works. And at this point, again, I would probably be inside, programming the computer and all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to handle these three programs together so that it makes a little bit of sense and they're not fighting each other so much. That's why I chose a shorter flight, because I knew I'd be spending a lot of time doing this. I just noticed that the other guy that's done, he's no longer on the platform. Where did he go? Inside the truck? I don't even know how they get inside the truck. No, she's still up there. That's weird. She wasn't. Oh, there we go. I guess she drives from up there. Sweet. Just park herself back here. Oh, I just noticed that somebody closed the damn cargo doors on her. Oh, that's not good. Well, she's got it in there now. And again, that's probably the other program. It's probably this program up here. It's hard to say. One of them thought they were done and closed it up. And this person's just continuing with their job like there's a door open there. Okay, now one program says he's done. The other one still shows 47. There's 47 passengers on board, but there's 72 at the gate. So we're still working. Let's see. So one program closed the door on the other program. So I need to intervene here, because we still have 72 passengers that haven't been boarded yet. So let's go in and let's see. Yeah, it's see, they're still boarding. So let's go to the ground services, and again, let's open those doors back up. And forward stairs. What's the PCA? I'm not sure what that is. Aft stairs. Okay, we're going to put the stairs back, hopefully. Maybe? I don't know. The doors are open. Passengers are still coming on, even though we can't see them, so we'll just let it go. It works, kind of. Okay, I got work to do inside. So we got the fuel, we got the catering done, the passengers are being loaded. So at this point, we need to get ready for our flight. So let's go in here and start heading in to the computer. Get this stuff going. Well, first of all, I need to run around and make sure that things are the way they should be. Let's turn that off. That's off. Unlock the cockpit door and open it. The rudder trim is fine. I'm going to turn this on in anticipation of starting the engines. This stuff can be off. Flaps are up. The speed brake is disarmed. Let's pop up top. We've got the fuel in now, so we can turn the pumps on and in preparation again for the engines to start. To do that, though, we need our APU power in so that we can unhook from the external power and so that we can have air to bleed and start the engines rotating. So let's start the APU up. Wait 3 seconds. Or 4 or 5. Hit the start. Let's go take a look. Actually, we can go outside, go to the rear, and kind of listen for it. Should be some fumes coming out here. There they are. You can see the fumes kind of waving off, wafting off, and it'll get hotter and hotter and louder and louder until it's a jet engine, so kind of sort of, I guess. So it's starting up. You can see the gauges working there, and we're waiting for it to get fully functional. Once it is fully functional, this whole page goes away, actually. All right, there we go. It is available, which means we can come up here and unhook the external power, and then I should be able to come in here and take the GPU away. We don't need it anymore because we're running on our own power. And let's get to working here. Go to the ATSU, the menu, flight init, request that information. Okay, EasyJ53, that is us. So we can go into the init, request this information here, which won't include the flight number, so we'll have to add that. All right, so let's add that. All righty, EZJ53. Enter that in there. We need our cost index. We'll get that from the flight plan. $40. Let's enter that. We're going to be flying at 18,000 feet according to our plan. And at minus 28 degrees Celsius. All right, let's go into the flight plan and set our departure. We're going to be flying out of 23 left, right there. Okay, let's see if we've got a SID. Sand? Wait. Sand 1Y, is that it? That's it right there, Sand 1Y. And I don't think we have a transit. Samba. We evidently don't have a transit, so we're going to enter that. Then we're going to go to Gatwick. That's our arrival. We're going to be arriving on 26L. So 26L is right here. And let's see if we have a star. 26L, Kidlig. Do we have a Kidlig? We do. All right, so we do have a star, and again, it doesn't look like we've got a trans. So there's no double checking. All right, no, we don't. So let's go with that. So no transition. All right, let's look at our plan and see how it is put together here. All right, we are all loaded, it looks like. So I think I can go in and welcome the passengers. Let's see if the flight attendants if their prep is complete.
Hi, we're just about to set up here, so we're happy for you to close the doors once everyone's on board. Thank you.
Okay, so we told them they can close the door whenever they're ready, and they are loaded. So.
Okay, great. We're almost done.
And for safety's sake, we're going to verify that route. By watching this over here. While we run through the route, looking for breaks in the plan there. That green line is our flight plan. We're looking for breaks in it or abnormalities. Like if that green thing just took off across space and time, we'd know we've got a problem. Okay, stewardesses just closed and locked the door. We can tell them to arm it.
Cabin crew on doors, thank you.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are on board and doors have been closed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we told them to arm them. They said everything's hunky-dory. Our flight plan is good. Let's need to get ready for a pushback, but I got a couple other things to do. First of all, let's go to our pad again. Boarding is complete. Let's go back to our plan. We need some information. We've got 119 passengers, 1,600 kilograms, I guess, of cargo. We've got 5,700 kilograms of fuel planned, and we've got 695 in the tank. That's good enough. It's a short trip. So we're looking for a gross weight or a total weight of 55.1. All right, and 28.5, 55.1. Okay, so let's get that in there. We're going to put that in, let's see here, in it, and second page, 55.1 slash, and I forgot already, was it 28.5? It was 28.5. I don't trust myself, though, so it's good to double check. 28.5, and we're into that right there. And then let's look at our block fuel. We got our block fuel is, I think it's 57.1. I would call it 57.1. You could call it 57.0. I'm going to double check that, though, on our flight plan. 50, it's 57.06, so 57.0, I suppose, is good enough. All right, let's enter that in. 57.0. And we're ready there. Okay. Let's go to our performance. We need to get this stuff entered in. We're going to get that from our departure performance. So we're leaving runway, what did I say? 23L, 23 left. 23 left. It is dry. Let's sink that in. Okay, and then let's get the local weather. Current weather right there, and we're going to calculate all of that. All right, that's going to give us one flap. So one up flap, up, and 68 degrees. 128, 35, and 35. So 1, 2, 8. 1, 3, 5. And second verse, same as the first. Okay, that's good. Back to flight plan. Let's start our pushback, get our engine started. First of all, let's go back up here. We're going up to 18,000, but I'm going to start at 10. So let's get our 10 in there and set that. Let's see what our barometer is. Let's change that if it needs to be. And it is a little bit different. We're going to leave this. We'll set that at 40. Turn that on. We got flight directors. Both flight directors are on, left and right. Everything is set to auto, auto, and auto. And let's jump down. Let's jump down and see. Okay, so we've got our APU running, but we don't have the bleed running. So let's do that. We'll set the bleed, let that warm up for a minute. And then I think we're ready for a pushback. So let's call for a pushback. And then I'm not quite sure. Ice warning? All right. If they think there might be ice.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
We'll put a little ice protection on.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
In this case, type 1 probably good enough because it's not even snowing. And, here's the question, though. And I think about this a lot. When they say the temperature, when you look at the weather, that's ground temperature. What is it like 100 feet up? So, there could be a lot of moisture in the clouds that are freezing. And you got to fly through that, so... Normally, when I've had to ice up before, they wouldn't let me start the engines until until the plane was pushed back and then parking brakes were set. Then I could start the engines. Normally, you start the engines as you're being pushed back. So we'll see what they say. But let's see if we can figure out where we need to go.
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. I am disconnecting.
Okay.
Good day.
Good day. Have a good day, mate. For the English, it's good day. For Australians, it's good day. All right, so we're ready for pushback. We'll see what they want us to do.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right, so they don't want me starting engines until it's all set. I have no idea why.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter which way I get pushed back. I got plenty of room to maneuver, but I'm going to try to go tail to the left. And I always get this wrong. Always. I always choose the wrong way. It's the opposite of what you would think. And they say tail left, nose right.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
And it would be easier if they just said tail left, tail right. And then you could make a decision. But it's tail left, nose right, tail right, nose left. And then, so which way is right and left? Is it my right and left one this way, or is it my right and left this way? I think it's my right and left this way because I would be sitting facing this way in the jet. So let's see. Nose right, tail left. I think I'm going nose left, tail right. So let's find out if I'm right this time. Remove the chocks. Okay, I can do that. I'm doing it. Give me a second.
Locking gear.
Let's see what the flight assistants are doing here. Oh, I need to welcome the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on board the aircraft.
Release
My
parking
name is
brakes.
Steve. I'm your pilot today, along with first officer Dave.
Commencing push.
And your senior
Due
flight
to icing
attendant, Alana.
conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Make sure you're comfortable. We're not anticipating any delays, so we should be arriving on time at our destination. The guys on the ground have just told us they've finished loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so we should be on our way very shortly. We are, however, waiting to receive clearance to push back and start before we taxi to the runway. If you can help the cabin crew by getting yourself sat comfortable with seatbelts fastened, that would be fantastic. Once airborne, we'll be starting our in-flight services, but for now, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
As you can tell, I was a little late. All right, hey, it's going the right way. So now, what I have to remember is that it's me sitting in the seat facing forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose
Set parking
like
brakes.
this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit and slide. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy the flight.
All right, engine 1. Oh, says we're not in idle. There we go. We're waiting for 24 on this right here. As soon as we hit that, we can come in and start the other engine. There's a lot of noise in the cabin right now, so if you listen, though, you can hear the engines kind of winding up, whining a little bit louder and stronger. Then there's a click when the electrical system kicks in, when the engine itself is producing enough power that it can take over all of the power that's needed inside for electrical and hydraulics and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that engine 1 is available. I thought I heard a click, but wait for the second engine. And they keep hounding me to find out if my engines are ready or not. And then they are, I believe. I think I was looking around and I missed the availability right there. But I think they're both going. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss here. We have a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
All right, let's go through our final stuff here before we start rolling. Okay, I can sit. I'm going to set some of this stuff, but we need to. I'm a little slow. I should have already had my beacon going, but engine just started, so it's not too bad. And let's put our runway lights on. We'll engage the landing lights. Turn the takeoff lights on. We can turn the bleed off.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay, we are now running fully on our own engines.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
So I can turn the APU off now. And we're waiting for instructions that we're good to leave. The push car is, they call it a tug. It's this person right here we're waiting for. They cleared the area. They're going to walk out there, do a double check. He's going to wave the red flag or hold it up and get our attention. And then he's going to put it down. He's going to put it back up and wave. And that's our signal that everything's good. Give ourselves a little power. And then figure out which way we need to go. $23L is what we're looking for. And I think it's the further one over and to the right, I think, if I remember the map. Okay. Now I am moving. I probably should have told the crew to sit down, buckle up.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
Okay, so yeah, the crew, since I didn't tell them, you'd think they'd know that the thing is moving, but since I didn't tell them, they're still walking around, so I need to get them buckled up before I take off. And again, that's what this flight is all about. It's a test flight to test all these things that I've added. Okay, there's 23R. We're looking for 23L. Make sure. Look left and look right. I think this is our runway. It has to be. There's only two. We're at 66% satisfaction from the passengers. They get antsy when you're not moving fast enough. And then when you do move too fast, like if I was to travel too fast on a taxi, they'd be screaming and yelling and fickle passengers. All righty. Put our parking brake on. Go inside. Let's take a quick look around. Engines, we need to make sure we close and lock our cabin door here. We're going to turn our weather radar on. and put our wind shear on. We need one flap. We can turn this to normal now because we're started up. Let's turn this to auto, and we'll turn this to TCAS on. So we're ready to go there. I can turn a floodlight on, I guess, in case we run into some dark weather. So that's all ready. Let's double check what we've got up here. The flight plan is still running, so let's turn this up to ARC, and we leave it at 40. And that's set at 10,000. The flight directors are still on. Let's double check our barometric pressure, and it's set. All righty. Let's start our chrono, which I should have started when I started moving, but I didn't. But they're on now, so there you go. Okay, let's look at our throttle. I'm going to set this to flex today and see if I can get that locked in. All right. Here we go. We're looking for 135. That's our rotate. All right, there's our rotate. General climb.
Gear up, please.
Gear up. Looking for green lights here to the right of our dashboard. Okay, let's see if we can hit our autopilot. I think I can take the seatbelt lights, turn those off.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level. We're not anticipating any delays, so hopefully we will have you at your destination on time, as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items. And I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start our in-flight movie. If you'd like to watch, please plug in your headphones and select channel 3 from your armrest remote. Thank you and enjoy the film.
All right, and with that, I'm going to serve some snacks, I guess. It's a short flight. I'm debating whether to serve hot drinks. I think I'll do a snack. We're just starting. We should have enough time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving food. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any item from the aisle.
All right, let that go. Let's see what we're looking at outside here. So Manchester is right behind us. We left just a minute ago, a few minutes ago. So Manchester's still right about there. We got up pretty fast, and we may have to go a little bit higher. I should be out of these clouds, but let's see. We're at 18,000. That's where I was going to fly, but I wasn't counting on this kind of weather, I may want to try to climb out of this. Let's jump up and see if I can get out of this soup. We still have a little ways to go, so. I'll go up to 25. We're kind of in between a couple of different kinds of clouds. That's a nasty one right to the left here. We're reaching 20,000. Almost 22. I don't know if 25 is going to get us out of this. Interesting. And 22 and a half. Just passed over Oxford, I think. Not that far to go. In all seriousness, I may have to start coming down here pretty quick. Yeah, we're about halfway, I guess. All right, so 24. I don't know if I'm going to get out of it. I'm kind of over it. I mean, you can see the cloud layer there. So we've got two different kinds of cloud layers here. One of them's like a big giant cloud that we're just in, and the other kind of fluffy and cute looking. I might just stay right where I'm at because I'm going to have to come down here for too long. We're not quite, but we're almost halfway to our destination. We're at 25,000 feet. if I go up too high, it's going to take me too damn long to get back down to land. So I'm going to probably start coming down at Oxford, which isn't that far away. Let's see. We're 3 miles from the end of one of our legs. 2 miles now. Hey, that's kind of clear. A little bit of a right here. But still, you can see there's a cloud layer above us. It is not blue sky. We're at Hahn. Our next leg will be at Kidley, which is Oxford. And about there's when I want to start coming down. So let's see where we're looking. Yeah, this is really strange. I mean, we're above a cloud layer. We're kind of pancake between two, but at least I can see. And remember, I've got a program that puts planes up here with me, so I need to kind of watch for that. So there is traffic up here, but technically we should be flying about 33 to 35,000 feet in altitude, and we're not. I'm at 25. It's such a short flight that I kind of wanted to stay a little bit lower to see some country, but there's just too much cloud layer. So, I think, again, I'm looking at our flight plan, and if you look, we're headed to right here, Kidley. This is right over Oxford, and at this point, I'm supposed to be at 150,000, and I'm at 250,000, or 20. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be at 15,000, and I'm already at 25,000. So I think I might want to start coming down. I'm going to set it for 15, and come on down. So let's see what I need to do. Let's go to center here. We're going to put on some auto brakes in preparation of landing. Our skid is on. Anti-skid is on. Let's go down to our engines and arm the speed brake. Flaps are okay. We won't bring those down until we're ready to land. We've only been about 25 minutes flying from the runway, from the takeoff. Let's see how the flight directors or flight assistants are doing. They're almost finished feeding the passengers with whatcha-dingers, with peanuts and colas, I guess. I'm going to give them a good dose of alcohol before I land. So I think we've got time for that as soon as they're done feeding. Serving the food there. We're 11 miles out from Oxford. Yeah, Kidley, we're supposed to be 15,000. We're supposed to be at 100,000 or 10,000. 10,000 by limb, 9,000 by mid, and then we're coming in. I mean, so we need to get down. How low can you go? How low can you go? All right, so we'd be 9 there, 7 here at Hawley. Willow, boy, a lot of trees in here. 7 at Willow. There's our deceleration point right there. That's our top of descent, I think. And then coming down into Gatwick, we'll be down at 2,000. All right, so I need to be down to 2,000 before we land. So right on. This enter destination information, we could do that. Things happen so damn fast. I don't have time to pay attention to what we set. Basically, we're setting the speed that we come in, and all that kind of stuff, and the barometric pressure. So we've got the altitude right. I'm going to set that before we get there, so that should be fine. The barometric pressure is the most important thing. Well, speed is too, but the plane is handling most of it, so I'm not too worried about it. So we're down to 16.9. We'll be down to 15, which we're already supposed to be down to 15. So I'm going to keep coming down because I want to get down where I'm supposed to be before I get there. Like I said, I'm already past where I was supposed to be at 15, and I'm barely there. I'm not even there yet. For all intents and purposes, when I just said that, I was still at 16. So I'm going to set this for, let's see, 9 was the next one. 9 was my next target. I'm going to hit 7. What's it diddly doing at me? Okay, so hey, yeah, we're 41 miles. We got 41 miles to come down. That should be enough. Let's see. Let's serve up some alcohol.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving alcoholic drinks. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisles. Thank you.
And I'm going to put a little bit of elevator music on to soothe the savage beasts. And I'm debating putting the seatbelt signs on. I'm hoping they got enough time to serve the alcohol. I've sped the alcohol up a little bit, and there's only 119 passengers. It's a little shy. Yeah, normally I'd have 150 some on, 153, 154.
Traffic.
Oh, geez, there's another plane up here. Oh, it's right in front of us. Now, they should be at a different altitude than we are.
Clear of conflict. Traffic.
I heard you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt as soon as possible.
Actually, I didn't. I was just getting ready to, but now that she says that. Okay, I don't know where the traffic is, but I think it's behind me. You can't see it in here. It is behind me. I can see it on radar now, so we're clear of the traffic. Alrighty. Well, are they done serving alcohol?
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're getting close. I'm coming down. Hopefully, I'll be down far enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please make sure you are seated with your belt fastened and your trays in the upright position. Any items should be safely stored, and remember to turn off all electronic devices until after landing. Thank you.
All right, I got to set the barometer. There we go. Can get the barometer set. Got it now. What is happening? Wow, that was quite the turn. I got messed up. The flight plan messed up, and it took me off course. There's another plane right in front of us. Doggone it. And I had to fix that. I got that fixed. It happens sometimes. It came out of automatic a ways back, and I didn't notice that the heading bug was set and not on automatic heading. And so I noticed that the flight plan on the radar turned broken line. And so I had to fix that. I got that fixed, and hopefully we're coming down without any other problems. Okay, I'm supposed to be at 2,500 feet, and I'm at 3,000, but I'm not quite to the point where I was supposed to be 2,500 yet. We're going to have to try to slow this thing down. Okay, we got a little bit of snaky stuff to do. If you look at the radar down here, we got to go left turn, another right turn, left turn. Pretty snaky. Why we have to do that, I don't know, unless it's because we're over a populated area and they're trying to keep us out of the heavily populated area by making us swerve around. Don't know. Not familiar with this country. We're 250 miles an hour, so we're a little bit fast, but we've still got time. We don't want to go too slow because we need to be down. Let's come down a little bit more. Partridge Green. That sounds familiar. Wow. Is that it's a little suburb, it looks like. Okay, so in this turn I'm heading to, I'm supposed to be down to 22. No, that's the speed, 220, which I'm not. So I'm assuming it's because we're going over a populated area. That's when they want you to slow down because there's sound restrictions. And of course, if the jets are slower, they're making less noise. I'm going to have to watch more carefully. I don't know what changed the heading from automatic to manual, and that threw my flight plan off. And I didn't notice it immediately. So all of a sudden I looked up and we were heading off into space. And I looked at the flight plan and it was broken green line. And so I looked up and saw the heading was on, and I was heading for that setting. Still a lot of stuff I need to learn. All right, we got a pretty good size 180 right here. And then immediately we'll be heading to the right after that at about a 50-degree turn. Very strange. And we do have a little bit of fog here, which is, I suppose, normal. You get dizzy with all this snaking left and right, left and right. And I don't think I can turn on the ILS right. I could. I'm close enough to the airport. There's Gatwick right there. But we're swirling back and forth and round and about here. If I turn the ILS right now, it's going to think I'm coming straight in. So I'm going to wait, because in a second here, we're going to turn away from the airport. And then when I get into the next turn, I'll turn the ILS on. We're down to 220 miles in nautical miles an hour, which is, I think, about where we're supposed to be. Yeah, we are. We're supposed to be at 220, and we are. Although I might be a little bit high. I'm supposed to be down to 2,000. But I'm going to wait till I get out of this turn before I drop down anymore. All right, get ready for a big right turn. Anstey? Goddard's Green. That sounds cool. Goddard's Green sounds like a golf course. Or a racetrack. Horse racetrack. Oh, the fog's coming in. It's getting thicker. I can still see the ground, but I guess that's a small consolation. And there's our airport again. Hello. We're almost there. Another turn and we'll be heading in. So, I'm going to come on down. Okay, when we get into the corner, I'm going to drop the landing gear and we'll turn on the ILS. This is interesting. I've not flown into Gatwick before. I can't remember whether I've been in Kingscote. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember whether I've been in Manchester before. I've watched some flights coming and going from there, but I don't think I've actually flown in it. All right, I'm going to drop the landing gear. I'm not going to do any flaps right now because I'm really actually pretty slow and pretty low. Get ready for a left turn here, and then we should be able to see the runway, hopefully, if the fog allows. As soon as we start our turn, I'm going to turn the ILS on, and hopefully we can catch all of that stuff. So here we go. I'm going to turn ILS on. And then, as soon as I kind of get around here, I'll turn the localizer on. I don't know. They've got this turn so short to the runway. It's just, I mean, bam, bam, bam. And there it is. There's the airport. All right, I'm gonna click the localizer on, see if we can catch that. Come on. Come on. All right, we're catching the localizer. I'm way too high. Darn it. All right, hush up, hush up, hush up. I don't know. I feel like I'm way too high. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. All right. I'm gonna have to go around. Let me kick off the autopilot. Yeah, I know. Hush up. All right, let's climb up a little bit, and we're gonna have to go around. Gotta be careful. I don't want to climb too much. Is this crew still up?
Cab crew seats for landing, please.
Right, there's the airport. Now I gotta find a landmark and then come around. What is that? Ding dong. Stop it. Okay, so there's the airport. Let's see if I can find a landmark of some kind to line up on. I kind of want to be over here. So we're going to come out this way a little bit and then turn around. Okay. Yeah, the other problem is being this close to the ground. It's again hard to find the airport because you're a little bit high and we can't. And I'm coming in with the sun in my eye. All right, there's the airport. Now, if I can just get lined up. Hush it. Turn the auto throttle off. It's not gonna. Okay. Yeah, I know. I shut the autopilot off. Shut up. All right, let's see if we can line up before we get too far carried away here. Dang it, I'm still too high.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard.
All right, do the reverse thrusters. There we go. All righty, let's head into Gatwick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the aircraft has arrived at the gate. You are reminded that all electronic devices should remain turned off until you are in the terminal building. Thank you.
Okay, so this is another runway I think I have to cross. Let me see where we're at. Turn around. Yeah, that's another runway. Let's get across that real quick. All right, so you can see the speed brakes went off. We can probably put the flaps back up. And then we'll have to find a place to park. So it didn't work out quite like I wanted. I didn't get a good landing coming in, but the go-round worked. It was a little squirrely. I could have probably done a better job, but it wasn't that bad, really. And the passengers didn't complain. I've still got 80% satisfaction. And I got what they call a nice landing. I didn't get this I forgot to say, this new program that has the flight attendants on it. It grades you on everything you do. If you're going too fast on the runway, it upsets the passengers. If you're delayed, flight is delayed, taken off, it upsets the passengers. If you have a rough landing, it upsets the passengers. According to that, I landed within 179 feet and at 1G, so that's pretty damn good. And it gave me a nice landing rating, so although I came in at a little bit of an angle, I still managed to bring it down pretty smoothly. So I'm happy about that for a manual landing. And you have to have things like this happen, or how do you learn? I mean, if you come in and auto land every time, which I don't, I'm trying to think. I think I might have auto landed once in all the time I've been flying. Generally what I do is I let the ILS bring me in and straighten me out and slow me down, all that kind of stuff. And then just before we land, I cut the autopilot off and I manually land it. But this time, I didn't have the opportunity to do that. It brought me in too high, which, you know, in actuality could have been my fault anyway. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video and see if maybe I either came in too high or came in too low. At any rate, I wasn't able to catch the glide slope, is what happened. And again, with all that snaky stuff coming in, it didn't give me enough time to catch the glide slope, really. That was my opinion. I'm sticking to it. All right, let's see if we can find a place to park. I'm going to, I want to check and see if it's going to recommend any place. It's supposed to, but I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, it's wanting me to start. Okay, there's one suitable parking at E-parking. Supposedly there's 15 gates, but they're all too small. Available soon. Medium. There's no large. So, I don't know. Let me go in and see if I can find a place. I could park out here with these guys. Or I can try to get in one of the gates. Yeah, Gatwick, this is the new airport. Man, it is gorgeous. Look at all the painting and stuff on the tarmac, and all these sites here have numbers on them. They've got electronic settings on the inside there. I'll just have to show you. That should tell you what gate you're on and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can get in one of these gates here. Let's see if it'll let me take this end gate. There are other planes my size here, so yeah, they've done a gorgeous job on this airport. I think that one's supposedly too small for me. Well, let's see. Let me go on the inside and check. But look at the sidewalks and stuff. Now there's that green thing, that's supposedly where people can walk. That's a walking path. I mean, everything's just gorgeous. The buildings look good. Look, there's a sky bridge over there to get from one side of the airport to the other. All right, I'm just looking around, see if I can find some place that would be suitable. This mousy thing is bad. It's terrible. Whoa. All right, let me see if I can get this thing to mellow out a little bit. I'm not quite sure which line I'm supposed to come in on. Those planes look the same size as mine. Look at that big jumbo one to the left. That's just huge. All right, let me see if I can come in here. This looks like a one made for a 320. Let's see. Now there should be a mark on the ground that tells me where a 320 is to stop. So let's see. This is gate 21. See the electronics on the right in front of me, up on the building, that tell you where you're at. Isn't that nice? Half these airports, you get to them, you don't know where the hell you're at, as far as what gate and all that kind of stuff. Right, now let me get to the side here. Well, it doesn't say. There are parts I know I was on where it said, it would say 320. I'm going to come up a little bit further. To right about now let's see, wait a minute here. Let me see that. Wait. I might be too close. I'm looking at this gate here, right here. Let me put my reverse thrusters in and back up just a hair. Yeah, I think I'm too close. There's a reverse thrusters. See that right there? Oh, wait. There we go. Just a little bit further back, just a tiny bit. Alright, let's set the parking brake, turn the reverse thrusters off. There we go. And then let's head inside, get our pad up here. We're going to go to ground services, and we're going to get ourselves some power, put the chocks and cones up, and let's go back out and see what that did. Yep, it gave us the power. Chocks are up. Let's go back inside, and we are going to shut these engines down now that we have power. Let's get the power. Turn all this stuff off. Whoops, wrong way. Wrong way, Jose. Turn those off. Let's turn the, we got external power. All right, let's, come on, give me a break. Give me a break. And then we can come in here and shut the power down. Let's turn our engines off. Open up cockpit door. Turn off the weather radar. Turn off the shear. Turn off this. Put that on standby. Put that on standby. Rudder parking brake is on. All right, and let's see if we can start the unloading process here. So let's see. Flight assistance here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us.
Okay, awaiting deboarding. Let's unloosen the seatbelt sign. Let's see if we can get them to deboard. They are deboarding. But let's do this one here. Okay, request deboarding. Here we go.
The boarding requested.
Okay, so I've got two programs deboarding us here. So let's see, British Airways. We're going to do the EasyJet. So that's going to bring the cargo trucks out. It's going to bring a stair out, but we're not using it. We're using the runway. Get ourselves unloaded. And again, this is the test right here of how these programs were working together. So we're looking at this to see how it works. Notice that there's fuel at this airport. There's fuel in the ground right here. Isn't this airport beautiful? Cost me, like I said, 12 pounds, I think. 12 or 14, I can't remember, which is U.S. money, about 15. So the one program that I used to have the stewardesses, that's them doing the cleanup now because all the passengers are gone. They're just waiting for their luggage.
Passengers boarding started.
So again, there's 2 or 3 different programs running here doing this. The one that announces up top is this GSX, and the one that you hear the flight crew, they're cleaning after the passengers are gone. They do their own cleaning. Isn't that amazing? So luggage is coming down. I'm happy. That was a good landing, even though it was off a little bit. And they actually said it was a good landing. I got to thank the passengers were telling me it was a good landing. Cleaning and unloading aircraft, it says. Okay, so I don't know if there's anything left I need to do in the plane except for shut all the power off, but I'm kind of waiting to see what these guys are going to do. So they each have one on their trucks, second one coming on the right there. That's cool. Anyway, I'm going to have to do a flight on this airport. This airport is gorgeous. I know there's something I could do. Let's go to cameras, and I'm going to do a showcase camera, and let's see, I'm going to have to turn it. I'm going to have to tune an Xbox controller on. Let me do that. So I got an Xbox controller. We'll look around. But here, look, not only do you have all the fancy striping and all that stuff, but and you got the gate number up there digitally. But look here. There's electronics there that tell you where to park and stuff. Okay, look, there it is, and I didn't see it. But we are in the A320 stopping point, so I did guess right. But then you got all of this stuff right here. It's all automated. A fuel hydrant, emergency stop buttons. Because remember, the fuel's in the ground. They got a spot for a credit card so you can pay for your fuel. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, so it's telling you, the lights there are telling you where to stop. This will accommodate a 747. Isn't that nice? And of course you got extra chocks and stuff here. So we're waiting for the luggage to be done. The passengers are gone. I think the crew is gone, although it doesn't really say that we didn't have to. We didn't have to dismiss the crew. They're just gone, I guess. I guess as soon as they're done vacuuming, they just head up the runway there. Deboarding passengers and baggage. So that's still going. Let's get out of this camera and back to the normal camera. Yeah, I might have to walk around this airport and just take a quick look. All right, there's the last container. I'm thinking they left the runway up for the flight crew, but I don't know. We'll just wait till all this stuff's done, because that's what I said. This whole flight was to test all of these little programs, and they actually work pretty well together. You just have to coordinate certain things, because they're all trying to do at one point the same thing at different rates of speed and such. But yeah, this airport, I can't get over this airport. It's just so gorgeous. It's already been a long flight. It's a short flight, but it took me a while to get through it. But yeah, there's a skyway over there. It's kind of cool. There's a tower. Lots of planes loaded. That's the other program that I've got that's put the planes in here. And it hasn't actually been that bad on my FPS. I mean, there's a little jerkiness, but not anything that would stop me. It's not game breaking. Okay, let me see if the cargo doors close on their own, or do I have to do that? I may have to do. Nope, they're closing. They're done. All right, so let's. I think we're done. Let's go into the cockpit and start shutting some stuff down. So let's see here. Let's just run through.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Oh, they're still saying goodbye. Goodbye. Waiting your action. What is my action? Cargo unloading complete. Oh, there we go. Cargo unloading is complete. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's this other program is still unloading. That's why. The other one was finished, and we're finished, but this third one, this GSX, that's the ground crew program. It's still deplaning. And if you notice, it's deplaning 126 passengers, which we didn't have, unless it's counting crew. So anyway, yeah, so it doesn't quite match up, but that's okay. Let's turn some of this junk off here, get off the plan. All right, so landing gear is down. Let's see what we got in here. The chronographer's still going. Throttle set and idle. We have system checks that are lit. Let's get rid of those. Clear them out. We still have some cabin doors open. That's what it's showing us. And then I already did most of everything down here. Got everything cut off here. So it's just a matter of turning the lights down and getting out of here and going home. Home again, home again. Let me just see where we're at. 82. Okay, so here's the thing. This thing's still deboarding. And we don't actually need to see that because this program doesn't show you any of that. This is all just in your head stuff, if you know what I mean. The other program will actually show you the passengers walking away, although it didn't in this case because we were using the runway. Had I parked behind us in one of those spots over here, they would have used the stairways. So actually, in all honesty, I'm done here because that's going to just go until it's done, and then they'll say everybody's gone. But we already know everybody is gone, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you had fun. Hope you join me in the next one. I know it was a little long, but again, I wanted to test those things, so forgive me for that. Ta-ta for now.